Welcome back, students. Today we will see elementary programming concepts in Python programming. So first we will start with what is a problem, right? So if you want to define a problem, so anything that should be programmable is known as a problem, and this problem can be represented using algorithm. So algorithm is the first concept we are going to discuss. So it describes how a problem is solved by listing the actions that need to be taken and the order of their execution. So this algorithm is very much important, which describes the problem, and as well as it will list the actions that is needed to be performed, and it will order the execution of instructions. How the instructions to be executed, it will order them, right? So algorithm and pseudocode, there is somewhat a little bit difference, but both are representing. You can also represent a program using pseudocode. So pseudocode will be the combination of mnemonic codes represented along with your normal statement, right? So that is known as pseudocode. So algorithm, it will be in simple English, that is representing describing the problem what we are going to do, right? So pseudocode, so it is a natural language mixed with some program code, so that is known as pseudocode. And algorithm is a natural language representation of problem, right? And then next we will see what is a variable. So variable is a name that references a value stored in a computer memory. So for example, if you have a variable name as s is equal to 10, then this s is represented as a variable that references a value 10 that is stored in a computer memory, right? So that is known as variable. So instead of using simple characters, we have to use descriptive names to represent a variable. So descriptive names is very much important to represent a variable. So for example, if you are going to get a data for age, you can give the variable name as age. Right? So this is how we will declare variables. And Python, no need for declaring the data types. Whatever values you are assigning, based on the values, the variable name will be assigned to that corresponding data type. For example, here 10 is integer value, and that 10 will be assigned to s. So s is a integer data type. Similarly, if you have any other values like s is equal to cat within double quotes or single quotes, then s is a string, right? Like that we can, from the values, the variable name will be determined its data type. Right? So now let us see a simple program to find the area of a circle using this variable. So now I am going to Jupyter Programming, and then I am going to open a program, new Python program. And then I am going to rename this program by Python program as Python class July 2020, right? And then I'm going to write the program. So now, so since we have to describe the variables in a descriptive manner, I'm going to describe the variable as radius and area. Radius is equal to and then area. So here radius is a variable and area is also a variable. Area is equal to radius into radius into radius. Sorry, into pi value is 3.14, so I am just giving 3.14. And so here variable, so this variable is assigned the data type integer, and this variable is also assigned the data type as floating point because we are using a floating point value. And then next, finally we are going to print the area. Right? So why we are not declaring the variable? Because Python support implicit declaration of variable. So implicit, automatically from the value it will be determined the data type of the variable. So now I am going to execute. So here this will be the answer for the value radius. So same program you can execute by getting the values from the user. So that I will show. Radius equal to int of input enter the radius. Right, so remaining lines I am just copy pasting from the previous line. Right, and I am going to execute this particular segment, or you can say this as Python snippet. So it is asking for the radius. I am giving the radius here as 10 and click enter. Automatically you will get the value, right? So this statement is to get the value from the user. So input is a built-in function and it is used to get the value from the user. The default return value of input is integer. So we are converting this integer, default value of input built-in function is string. So we are converting the string value into integer by using int built-in function, right? So print is also a built-in function. So what is the meaning of built-in function? The definition of this function will be already available in Python program, right? So here we are getting the input from the user. Input function is also a built-in function which gets the input from the user and its default return type is string. We are using this int function to convert the string into integer and that will be assigned to this radius, right? So this is how the program executes. So far we have seen what is a variable and how to get the variable value from the user. So next we are going to see about identifiers. Identifiers, names that identify the elements such as variables and functions in a program is known as identifiers. Identifiers. Right. So identifiers is a name that identify the elements such as variables and functions in a program. For example, S is an identifier. Similarly, if you are representing a function name using a user-defined function, so built-in function already predefined in Python programming, user-defined function, that function what we are going to define using Python programming. So in user-defined function, if you give a name to a function, then that function is also identified using this identifiers, right? So now we will see the rules for declaring a identifier. So rules to declare an identifier, we will see the rules. So first rule, names the it is a sequence of character that consists of letters, digits, and or underscore. So it is a sequence of characters, letters, digits, or underscore. So that is the first statement. So characters. And then second rule. Second rule is it starts with a letter or underscore. So starting should be a letter or a character, or it should be a underscore. So letter is nothing but character. So character or underscore. And then the third rule, it cannot be a keyword. Identifier cannot be a keyword. For example, if is a keyword, we cannot use if as an identifier, right? So that is an example for, so it cannot be a keyword. And then the fourth one, can be of any length. The way identifier can be of any length. Python support any length of identifier, but in C programming, the length of the identifier should be of 32 bits of length. Right? So these are the important rules for defining an identifier. So cannot be a keyword. That means whatever keywords we are using in Python programming, it is not allowed as an identifier, right? So next we will see descriptive name. So descriptive name already we have discussed in this. We have to give the name based on the variable for what purpose we are using. And the last one is variable naming conversion. If a variable consists of several words concatenated using first word with lowercase and subsequent word capitalizing, this naming style is known as camel case. So camel case. So what is camel case? If you are giving a descriptive name to a variable, then the first letter of the first word with the lowercase and subsequent word should subsequent word capitalizing the first letter. So for example, I am using a identifier as welcome to GCT. So if you see here, three words are there. First word is starting with lowercase letter, second word starting with capital letter, and third word is also starting with capital letter. So this is known as camel case. So if your identifier consisting of more number of words, then you have to use like this. So these are the contents we have discussed so far. The remaining contents we will see it in next class. Thank you.